This is take 4. Hi, this is Sophie. February 27th vlog. Yeah, today was kind of a bad day, but we're that's why I have to vlog it and all that, right? So we're gonna talk about, I'm gonna have structure on like the last 3 takes. So what I did today, and then what I have to do tomorrow, and all the problems I had today emotionally, because that was a rough day with that. So, objectively speaking, I woke up in the morning. It was an okay-ish morning routine day because I kind of went on my phone a little bit. I was like, eh. So that's not the best thing, but I guess how it happens. I started, I went to school, all that. In school, I was kind of sad. I'll elaborate on that later, right? But like, I did quite a lot of work, I think, especially in my research aspect. Didn't fall asleep in any classes today, even though I kind of felt really tired. So that was good. Part 20. Sorry, how did I say part 20? Anyways, I didn't have any robotics. Robotics was canceled, so, that's very sad. They forgot the parts, whatever. So we went home. I went home early. Um, One thing that was cool was that I can't say my freshman, I sound like a pedophile, but like, the only other girl in the robotics team that actually is active member right now is a girl. I don't want to say her name because, but either way, she's like new and she's like actually moved in here like pretty recently, and I was like really happy that she was like locked in because she actually brought me like a journal, marketing ideas and all. So I was like, it was 18 pages long, and I was so happy for her. I was like, oh my god, girl, you're so good. So that really inspired me that like even as a kid. So I'm getting into my emotional things, but either way, that objectively speaking again. Um, yeah, I went home and then I kind of there's a problem I have recurringly. That is I go home and at like 3:30 and I don't know what to do at that time and I kind of just like sit around to like 4:30 or 5. And today was low key no different. I at 4:30 ish or 4ish I forgot. I decided to take a power nap. Um, and then I slept till 6:30. It was supposed to be a 15-minute one, but And then and then after dinner, and that was terse. I'll talk about it later. But, after dinner, I I did a lot of work. I did the as I said yesterday. I needed to finish my device, all my video, for the research, and I low key didn't finish it because I could only get to part 1, which like sucks. Um, but that was a pretty significant part, and I think that part 2 and part like 3, which is the device, and the everything else is gonna be like a lot less like tedious than this part was. So I'm not too worried. Although there is quite a lot. There's quite like a lot like combined. It might be a bit, I don't know. So either way, it was kind of a lot. But either way, it's okay because I'm honestly pretty proud of my progress. It wasn't that bad. I was pretty locked in and pretty focused for quite I got a lot done. So yeah, anyways, part 1 that was what I did today. Tomorrow I already wrote this from the previous week. I have to finish the RCA video. That's part 2, and I have to finish part 1B because I decided to split it up. It's a really short animation. I already have all the images for it, so it shouldn't be too much. I'm using Jitter. It's very nice. I'm so glad that I found Jitter. It's like so peak. Um, SVMRFE. Yeah, that's 1B. And then the part 3, which is the device video. But all of those, I think, are a lot easier, as I said before. Then I have to finish a video, and then I'll submit CSUF. That's all I have to do tomorrow. Not all, because I have the full day, right, Saturday. So my hopes and dreams is that once I'm finished with that, and hopefully that's by morning, but I'm gonna maybe give myself like till 2 p.m. or something like that. And maybe further. If it takes longer, it takes longer. But I really want it to be done like so I can also start with my CSIF script and like my actual presentation, like how I'm gonna do that. Because I need a very good chunk, as I mentioned in the previous video, to like talk about that. Alright, now I'm gonna go into like stuff emotionally because yeah. In terms of who, like how I was doing today. Look at my hands. Ah. But it wasn't the best. I had a little bit of a family argument last night. And it kind of brought me down. I didn't eat lunch today. I kind of was rude to a lot of my family members. My grandpa, my grandma, a lot. And even my mom, even though she had nothing to do with it. So, it still makes me really mad. It still makes me pretty upset that people don't listen to me. And then they think I'm a child and they don't listen to me. And then at the same time, they are the ones who brought up to me in the first place, complaining about their issues. And then they don't like, what, you think I'm not a child then? Like, hello? But anyways, it's fine. I understand that, like, there are problems in people's characters that I have to accept, and it's hard for me to do that. It's hard for me to detach myself. One thing that Alyssa Liu, Alyssa Liu, the one thing Alyssa Liu has mentioned before is like the importance of what is it called? The, like, well, not importance. She just says that she feels it connects to everything but not attached to anything, which is really powerful because I really want to be like that. I feel attached to everything. I'm gonna be dead ass. So honestly, I'm trying to figure out how I can stop. But I feel like that's also something that's really beautiful about us being attached because then you feel things more. And again, it's like this really fine line. Actually, we're reading Brave New World too. It's like, do you want to be detached in like society? You're happier too. You're happier when you're detached. But there's also like an issue of like this like aspect of being too attached. It like actually like or not being attached at all. Then you're just like nothing. Then you're not even human. So obviously, I don't think Alyssa. I'm not blaming Alyssa Libro. Like honestly, she connects with everything, which is really cool as well. I want to be able to be like that, but it's hard for me. It's really hard, and I think that every single time I gotta keep on trying to be like that, you know. Okay, yeah, that was that. What was I? What was that say? What was I gonna say? Yeah, I was pretty sad today though. I'm gonna. The main thing was that I slept. You know, I didn't eat my lunch, and in lunch I was really depressed. And in that period of time, in lunch when I was alone, I was alone with my thoughts, and they kind of consumed me, you know. And that wasn't good. I shouldn't let myself spiral. I had to go sit near a teacher, and the teacher thought I mean, I low-key was kind of mentally ill, but the teacher thought I was like in need of help or something. So she was quite nice. I don't even know her name, but yeah. I don't want the impression of people though to be one of pity or yeah. Ultimately, I'm gonna do successful things in my life, and I'm gonna be mentally well. I'm gonna be stable, and I'm gonna have that mentality to be able to achieve my goals. Um, so I shouldn't be able to spiral, and maybe in times like these, I should limit my flour intake because gluten does cause me problems. So that was the thing I was thinking about because um, just in general, like I've been eating a lot of random ass stuff, so it's not been the best. Um, but yeah, I was pretty mad, and you know, my dad actually talked to me very briefly, and you know, he helps a lot, I think. So it was very nice. Um, we'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. The consistency is really hard for me sometimes, and I'm gonna get to it soon. So tomorrow, my plan is I wake up at 6. I want to say 7, just because I want to give myself some time. And I don't want to like it's I usually wake at 6, but it's like 7 can't hurt. 2. I'll say 7, and then my reward after if I get this is I'll go to Starbucks. Like after everything's done, not at the morning or whatever, but you know if everything's done, and I'll get something healthy. I'll get like a tea, like a chai tea or something, but like less sugar. I don't know, cause right now my mood swings are pretty bad. I think my period's also coming. That's probably that might be as well. I don't want to be as sad as it was today. It was kind of horrid, honestly. Um, it reminds me of my old like life and stuff. Oh, my old life, like 2 years ago. But like still, it was bad. I need to find ways to restrict myself. Um, yeah. Okay. Thank you.